Coming up on DC News Now at 9, a raging fire consuming a Maryland apartment complex.
She jumped over the side of the balcony, and then you could see flames shooting up.
The frantic moments unfolding right before that woman's eyes. Coming up, we'll hear from the families who escaped the flames.
A CVS employee from our area fired over her abortion stance. She's now suing the chain. The pharmacy responding to her lawsuit tonight. Plus,
I just find it incredible that we could have been safer in Ukraine.
A U.S. diplomat leaves Ukraine only to be killed on a Maryland road. Her husband's emotional plea tonight for safer bike lanes. And we begin tonight with breaking news of an officer-involved shooting in Northern Virginia. Thanks for joining us at 9 on DC News Now. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Tasmain Mahfouz. Just into our newsroom, 2 civilians shot in Woodbridge. And we've just learned a Prince William police officer was involved, and they say that no other officers were injured.
Yeah, investigators are on scene right now. This is happening at Foxglove Court. Our Max Marcilla is making his way there right now.
And more than a dozen people need a place to stay tonight after a widespread apartment fire in Lanham. We brought you this breaking news details on DC News Now at 6 and 7. The flames and heat blew out windows, severely damaged part of the roof.
Our Yamarie Sase covers Prince George's County for us and joins us there live tonight. Yamarie, you spoke to some of the people who lived in that building.
Yes, several people living here were surprised and shocked when they saw flames coming out of the apartment building that they're living in. And now 12 families have to find somewhere to stay tonight. One woman even had to jump out the window to the flames. An early evening fire tore through an apartment building in Prince George's County. Crews say it started in one unit on 85th Avenue in Lanham.
I just saw black smoke billowing out.
Deidre Curther says she just recently moved in, and her neighbor lived next to the apartment where the fire started.
And then I saw the lady with the orange hair come out, and next thing I know, she jumped over the side of the balcony, and then you could see flames shooting up.
This is what's left of the 2 apartments mostly impacted. Neighbors say there was a smaller fire a few days ago coming from that same unit.
I called 911, and within a matter of like 3 minutes, the firefighters were here.
12 apartments were affected, some with heavy smoke, others with water damage, but a few were destroyed. Now, many of the neighbors are making arrangements for somewhere to stay tonight.
It's a big inconvenience because, like I said, I'm a teacher and needed to go in and handle some stuff for my lesson for tomorrow. But fortunately, I have a friend that lives in Bowie who said come over, so I got Wi-Fi and all that, so I'll be good.
Well, the fire department did have to shut down the electricity, but most of these residents plan on returning to their home tomorrow. For now, the American Red Cross is working with these families to find somewhere to stay tonight. Reporting in Lanham, Maryland, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
Yamarie, thank you. Shooting inside the L'Enfant Plaza Metro Station, sending riders running. Our partner, DC Real Time News, was the first to alert us, and we were told a woman was shot around 4 p.m. She's expected to be okay. Metro police have 1 person in custody, and it's unclear if this was a random act. At last check, yellow and green line trains are single tracking between L'Enfant Plaza, Navy Yard, due to the investigation.
And all new tonight, a woman who worked at a Northern Virginia CVS for years is now suing the corporation, and she's getting legal help from conservative Christian advocacy group. Northern Virginia Max Marcilla talked with both sides of the debate, which is soon to hit a Prince William County courtroom.
This is the Alexandria CVS on East Monroe Avenue, where Casey Page spent her time as an employee from 2018 until her firing in early 2022. In this lawsuit filed on her behalf by the conservative organization Alliance Defending Freedom, Casey argues she was fired solely because of her religious beliefs prohibiting provision of abortion-causing drugs.
What this looks like to me is the case of a major corporation, a multi-billion-dollar corporation that has pro-abortion views and wants to impose that upon those who have pro-life views.
The lawsuit alleges that CVS never asked Casey to prescribe the medications, including Plan B and other hormonal contraceptives, until this year, when they would stop accommodating her religious beliefs. Days after she doubled down on her religious convictions, she was fired.
She had multiple conversations with her supervisors, trying to do anything she could to make this work. And CVS is the one that created a problem where there was none.
In a statement sent to DC News Now, a CVS Health spokesperson said it is not possible, however, to grant an accommodation that exempts an employee from performing the essential functions of their job, saying sexual health matters have become essential job functions of our providers and nurses. Casey's attorneys argue Virginia's conscience clause is being violated.
Virginia law is robust in saying no one will ever be forced to destroy innocent human life if it's against their beliefs.
That clause says no one who has religious objections to abortions should be required to participate in abortion procedures. But when we asked CVS about that clause, they said Minute Clinic does not provide abortion care or services.
And that was our Max Marcilla reporting. Denise Harley says her organization wants this case to be a warning against corporations pushing a pro-abortion agenda, but also wants $100,000 in back pay for Casey Page. And staying on abortion rights, Maryland's largest county is taking more steps to keep abortion care accessible to all. Our Katie Ree will have more on the newly announced program coming up in our next half hour.
Well, Chris, we've had 2 amazing days of good weather. The question is, will we have 3 in a row? We know who has the answer.
Yeah, it's not either one of us.
No, definitely not. We're not qualified.
Let's check in with the expert, Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
You know, guys, I'll give you one more day before we head into the weekend. Humidity does spike up. Actually, 2 more days. Let's go into Saturday as well. It's really Sunday evening. Things start to shift a little bit across the DMV. It's going to be a wonderful finish to your work week, and as we go into the weekend, dry, warmer air continues to be in place. So our satellite composite radar, we are not seeing any moisture, and that is even across all of the northeast into the mid-Atlantic, where a few clouds, they continue to linger, but high pressure continues to make its way well to the north. Now, waking up tomorrow morning, much of the same. The clearing will continue to take place, but humidity levels, they will click up just a few notches, and there's a good amount of heat along with the sun tomorrow afternoon, as highs they were back into the upper 80s by that 5 o'clock hour. So waking up tomorrow, we're nice and dry. Whatever plans you have outdoors, it is definitely a go. This is what everybody wants to know. How will the weather be impacting you for your extended weekend? For some of us, Sunday evening that's when we'll track our next front. And right now, our weather model's not in agreement for Monday. So it's super important we take a look at that forecast when we're tracking in rain and along when temperatures drop a few degrees. Guys?
All right, Janessa, thanks. Well, a grieving husband raising tens of thousands of dollars in the wake of his wife's death.
Yeah, Sarah Langenkamp was hit and killed 1 week ago today while riding on River Road in Bethesda. Tonight, her husband spoke to our Marielle Carbone. She is live in Montgomery County.
Yeah, Marielle, he's raised nearly $200,000 so far, just 4 days for safer bike routes.
He has, and Chris and Mark, we told you first about this a couple days ago on Tuesday. Since then, the numbers have just continued to go up. But this is about more than just raising money. It is about reminding people that someone died out here, and her name was Sarah.
It's awful, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. She was the guiding light of our lives.
But that light is missing now. The mother of 2 was hit and killed cycling down River Road last week in this marked bike lane. A truck driver turning right into a parking lot hit her.
I'm frankly just livid about it.
Daniel is Sarah's husband. He says the family just moved to Bethesda after evacuating from Ukraine, where she worked as a U.S. diplomat.
I just find it incredible that we could have been safer in Ukraine. You know, Sarah had an important job in Ukraine, promoting national security interests of the United States. She didn't look like it because she was a humble biker on the side of the road, but now she's dead.
He's turned his anger into action. Sunday, he started this GoFundMe, raising money to help create safer bike routes. It's now reached nearly $200,000.
It is overwhelming. It is really heartwarming.
He plans to use the money for advocacy, driver education, and more. Plus, he'd like to put some towards new technology, like apps that can show safer routes for bikers.
Or why don't they say to cars, this is where someone was killed.
And that's what he doesn't want people to forget, that someone died. On Monday morning, he's leading a memorial ride to the crash site where a ghost bike will be placed, a permanent reminder of what the world lost last week.
Not only did she have this desire to live that never ended, and her death means that the world has lost this light.
And that bike ride, it'll start at 10:15 on Monday. It'll end here around 11 at the crash site. We'll get the details up for you on our website, dcnewsnow.com, in case you'd like to join in on that. For now, reporting live in Bethesda, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. A day after a classmate shot 2 students outside a D.C. charter school, 2 more schools in our area put on lockdown. Both lockdowns have since been lifted. In Maryland, Prince George's County Police were called to Bladensburg High School after calls about a student with a gun outside the school. Now, nothing was found during the investigation, and the lockdown was lifted around 3 p.m.
And I was like, honestly, I was kind of scared. I was texting my friends, asking them what happened. And then they had said like somebody like came to school with a gun, and I just got really scared. So I like called my dad.
On every day you leave home, you worry until you get home. You know, this is the 4th day in school, and look what starts happening. You know, I hope they're going to do something.
And in Virginia, a social media threat forcing Mountain View High School in Stafford County on lockdown. The same thing. Police searched the building and gave the all clear a short time later.
Also developing in Virginia tonight, Governor Youngkin vowing to help fix a teacher shortage, signing an executive order with short and long-term solutions. His plan asks the state superintendent to do everything in her power to license retirees and out-of-state educators. Youngkin also hopes to target recruitment efforts using bonuses, benefits, and other incentives. More details coming up in our next half hour. And in monkeypox news, Maryland residents can now pre-register to get vaccinated against the virus. That system went live today. Now, once you sign up, you'll be notified when an appointment becomes available. The system is intended for those who've had close contact with someone who has monkeypox or someone who could have been exposed to monkeypox. The vaccines will be free.